if I should be this vulnerable. What should I do if my best friend keeps flirting with my boyfriend? Girl, that ain't your friend? Oh my god. If that ever happened to me, do you understand? Ooh, you better say you like two people more than a friend. What would you do? What is up with y'all? They had like double D's. Okay, they had double D's and I didn't even have an A. I can say this now, like I used to stuff my bra because like, girl, y'all not about to have me out here looking like I'm flat. Hey vlog channel, so today is going to be a brand new start. Okay, we're gonna do a brand new start, brand new series called Girl Talk. Not girl like regular girl like girly pop, no, Girl Talk. Let me just make this known now, if you're a dude and you want to watch Girl Talk, that is totally fine. Okay, listen guys, I just didn't want to call it boy talk or all genders talk, so I just call it Girl Talk. Also, let me make another disclaimer, y'all, I am not a therapist. Okay, before y'all have asked me for a lot of advice, like I asked you guys a question on Instagram, boom, if you haven't seen it, but I asked you guys a question on Instagram and I was like, so I want to start a new series. And basically I asked you guys to ask me questions and I'll answer it and then basically give you some advice if you need some. And y'all were actually asking some personal questions, like y'all were actually getting into the nitty-gritty, and I kind of like that, you know, because in this series we supposed to be vulnerable, right? But yeah, like I was saying before, I'm not a therapist, I'm not a life coach, I'm not none of that. So listen, if I give you some advice and let's say you take that advice and it don't work, listen. Anyways, as you guys can probably see, I have literally so many questions, so or advice to answer, so you know, let's get right into it. So let's start with the easy one. It says, how is it like being married? Does it feel different? I think the thing that feels different is the fact that we moved in together, so I think that's what's feeling different, because obviously before this I used to live with my family, you know what I'm saying? And like living with family, bro, y'all, please do not take it for granted, okay? When I tell y'all, like, if y'all take any advice from me, please never take living with your family for granted. I'm not saying that I would not want to live with Mel. I'm just saying, like, living with family, you had everything just kind of handed to you. Okay, listen, like, literally, ever since I was a kid till basically by the time I moved out, everything was kind of just, I don't want to say it was given to me because, like, I'm not a freaking spoiled brat, okay? I don't get everything handed to me, but everything that I'm doing now, like actually paying for a house, like bills, food, like buying food, groceries, all of that stuff was already taken care of when I was living at my parents' home. Doing all of that now in adulting, it's very different, okay? I feel as though I feel the same, like being married to Mel. I feel like it's kind of like we still have the same relationship when we were together as boyfriend and girlfriend, and now being married, I feel like it's the same dynamic that we have. The only thing that's different is just the living aspect. I do a lot more cooking. I do laundry a lot more. Obviously, I go grocery shopping way more. I never used to leave the house, and now I'm forced to leave the house like at least once a week. This one says, how do you feel comfortable in your own skin? Been on a weight loss journey and struggling. Honestly, y'all don't even want to get me started. Okay, so for those of you that may not know, I used to have a little weight on me back then. I think it was 2 years ago. I don't think it was last year. I was always like 120, like around there, and then when I saw that I was like 130, almost going to 140, when I weighed myself on the scale, I was like, and I was like, no, we gotta change that. So I started working out. I don't know if I should be this vulnerable with y'all. I'm not gonna explain what this is. If you know, you know. But I was put on a pill, and I think that is what made me like gain a lot of weight, because I was never really able to get, I don't know, I think it's like something metabolism wise. When I tell y'all, I used to work at McDonald's, I used to eat McDonald's every single day and I was not getting weight. So the fact that I was not working at McDonald's anymore and I was eating the same as I started, I was like, yeah, no, it's definitely this. So I cut that out and I started working out, obviously, and that definitely helped. There was a point where I was working out every single day, and I don't suggest doing that like when you first start. I think for me back then, like working out every day was kind of like enjoyable. I don't know. Now I don't work out every day. I work out every other day. I don't know how else to explain it. I just know that like I liked it, and like I like the feeling of, I guess, losing weight. Like I like the feeling or the knowledge that like I'm gonna work this all out, I'm gonna lose all this weight, I'm gonna look good. Like I think the more I enjoyed it, obviously the more that I did it. I worked out every single day. I drank protein shakes. I don't even do that anymore. That was my idea of peace back then. Working out. Oh, therapeutic. That's what I meant to say. How do you tell a boy that you like them? By the way, I love your vids. Thank you. I don't know. It depends on, like, I guess how old you are and how mature you guys are both are, because I feel like you could just, you know, go out and tell him like, hey, I got some feelings for you. Do you got feelings for me too? And if he says no, then I guess you can go cry, but it's not the end of the world, you know. Being direct is always better, but you know, if you want to beat around the bush, you know, that's cool too, I guess. I don't recommend it, but you know, hey, that's just me. Maybe show him that you like him. Maybe if you do stuff that he likes more, like maybe start showing interest in like his interests, like, you know, the little notes that be like, hey, do you like me? I like you, and then put like the yes or no, or like the yes and yes checkbox. Like, y'all know what I mean. If you don't know what I mean, then maybe you too young. I don't know. All right, so this one's a good question. It says, how do you navigate married life at a young age, especially when a lot of peers aren't? I feel like it's not as different to me. I feel like marriage would only change somebody if maybe they like went out a lot with their friends and now all of a sudden like they're not going out. But like me personally, even before I got married, I wasn't going out, so yeah, I had no friends. Let me stop. Me personally, I don't think it really changes anything. People are gonna be like, oh, you married, so you can't spend time with friends. But I'm just like, no, I just don't want to. But I am seeing a lot of people that are my age starting to get married, so I'm really happy about that. And I feel like, you know, more and more I'm gonna see more and more people start to get married. I'm gonna see more and more of my friends actually fall in love and, you know, elope. How do I get a Valentine, y'all? There's so many questions in my phone right now, like asking like about a boy or about a girl, or how do I get my crush? How do I get my crush's attention, y'all? Excuse me. Oh my gosh. That was so rude. I'm sorry. All y'all have to do, listen closely, is nothing. Okay, hear me out, right? Y'all might be like, oh my gosh, that's so cliche, like why would you say nothing? But I'm generally being so serious. You don't have to do anything to get a man or a woman or a girl or a boy, you know, because y'all already know me. I love the Lord, and I'm just gonna say it how it is. The Lord placed Mel in my lap. Just be yourself, do nothing. Or I guess do something. I guess put a little effort, you know what I'm saying? I guess. Because if that person's really meant for you, the Lord will do his magic, you know? If you want to put some effort and do stuff for that person, or you can go out your way and tell them that they look nice, you know, tell them that they look, you know, just show them that they're appreciated. And then obviously, you know, ask to be the Valentine, or ask the person that you want to be your Valentine, you know what I mean? What should I do if my best friend keeps flirting with my boyfriend? You said what now? You said your best friend. Girl, that ain't your friend? Oh my gosh. If that ever happened to me, like, and I see it with my own eyes, do you understand? Ooh, we fighting. We fighting right then and there. I don't actually know. I'm not violent, but I'm just saying, like, the audacity, girl. Obviously, violence is never the answer, okay? I was always taught if somebody hits you, don't hit back. Obviously, I'm not teaching y'all that, because if somebody were to hit you, bully you, you should drop her, okay? Drop her right now, no questions asked. I don't know how long you've been with this man. I don't know how long you've been friends with this lady, but that is a real red flag if I've ever seen a red flag flying in the sky. That's the worst. Red flag, that's a purple, blue, and pink flag. First of all, is your man flirting back? Like, is it just like a one-sided flirtatious thing? I'm gonna need some context because this sounds absolutely bananas. But no, honestly, in my opinion, I would drop that friend, or at least, you know what they say, like, keep your friends close but your enemies closer. I don't know if that's what you want to do. I feel like I would take a step back. I wouldn't be best friends. Maybe like I would talk to her like, yo, what you're doing is making me uncomfortable, stop. If she doesn't stop, then obviously you can just not be her friend at all, or you could drop her altogether. You know, it's really up to you. This one says, hey, so my crush randomly added me on Instagram but didn't text me for 3 days. Good or bad? I don't really know the context of this question, because it kind of just sounds like your crush added you. Like, what do you mean? Like, they didn't text you back? Should you be concerned? A little bit. I don't know. That's weird. That's like giving like mixed signals. Like, let's say if I had a crush and he did the same thing to me, y'all best believe that I'm gonna be posting me looking cute on the gram because you want to follow me but you're not texting me back. You know, like that's just me being petty though. If you don't want to be petty, obviously just don't say anything. like, don't text him, don't like give him the time of day because maybe, or her, I don't know, but maybe your crush didn't see it. Y'all know that excuse. How did you overcome your insecurities if you had any? That's a good question. Because like, if I'm really being vulnerable, yes, obviously I had insecurities. I feel like a lot of people have insecurities, especially growing up. When I think it all started when I was in elementary school and people said I had a big forehead. It's funny now, but like back then it wasn't funny. I was so young and people around me, I guess, didn't have big foreheads as much as me. And y'all know, like, when your grandma, your mom used to do your hair, they used to put the cornrows and they used to go back. Something snatched my forehead, and I think that's what really brought it out. That's before edges was even a thing. So there was no edges, there was just forehead. It was just head. The whole forehead thing for me, I just dropped that insecurity because like after a while I was like, all right, it's not that serious. You know what I mean? It was never that serious. As you grow up, you learn that your insecurity was never that serious, and obviously you're perfect the way you are. Like, y'all were all made in a specific image from God, and if he did not want you made like that, then you wouldn't be made like that, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie, in middle school I did have insecurities with my chest area, to be fully vulnerable with you guys, because listen, in middle school I was flat, and a lot of other girls around me were developing a lot faster than me, and they had like double D's. Okay, they had double D's, and I didn't even have an A. And obviously, as you get older, you're gonna mature and you're gonna, you know, grow whatever you need to. But I just feel like back then it was just so hard. Honestly, like, I can say this now, like, I used to stuff my bra because, like, girl, y'all not about to have me out here looking like I'm flat. If I'm being brutally honest, bro, that's just how it went, okay? That's just how it was back then. And yes, like, if you watch this video, you used to go to my middle school, yes, I used to do that, and like, what you gonna do about it? But yeah, obviously, as I grew up, as I got older, I obviously noticed it's not that serious. All right, listen, like, I was made in a certain image, and you know, I'm not saying that I'm like a total saint or whatever when it comes to my relationship with the Lord, but I'm just saying, like once you have something there, you learn to love yourself a lot more. Brings me to my next question. Says, how would you go about rekindling a relationship with God? That's such a good question, and honestly, the way that I did it, I was isolated. Y'all know that prayer that y'all do when you be like, show me the people that you don't want in my, or I don't need in my life, or please, like, get all the bad people out of my life that doesn't need to be here. Y'all know that prayer? Don't do that prayer unless you really want to see them fake friends, okay? Don't do that prayer unless you really want to see the Lord take out a whole colonization of your friends. The friend group that I used to be friends with was not all of them. Some of them were cool, but it was kind of like a toxic friendship, like, with all of us. But like, it was like at a point where I like crashed and burned because like something happened in the friendship. Obviously not gonna get into it now because then I'm gonna just start yapping, and we don't need that. And obviously I'm like over it, but something happened in the friendship that basically led to me just like cutting all of them off. It was so messy, it was so toxic, it was so stupid. That led for me to obviously not have friends. Like, I used to talk to people every single day. We used to play the game every single day. When I cut everybody off, it was like, all right, well, now who am I gonna talk to? You know what I mean? Like, it took me to become isolated from like everybody. I guess people that were taking me away from God, and it kind of just turned my life around. Like, it was literally like a 180, 360, whatever you want to call it. It definitely showed me a lot. It showed me a lot about myself. It showed me a lot about the people I used to hang with. It showed me a lot about just stuff that I could accomplish by myself. I remember that's when I started like my YouTube channel. It was scary. I was really sad at the time, but it definitely got a lot better. So if that's you right now, or if you want to rekindle your relationship, I'm not saying you need to cut everybody out. I'm just saying what's gonna help you. And I'm not obviously not saying just do that prayer, but that's the prayer that I did. Like, that was literally the only prayer that I did. That was like, all right, show my fake friends and get me out if I need to get out. This comment says, hey, do you ever feel like you have to act a certain way because of your audience's age? This is also a good question, I feel like, in my opinion, because when I first started my channel, I was very much not myself, okay? Like, I tried to be myself. I think when I first started my channel, I was not so happy-go-lucky like how I am now, just like always having energy to record and all that stuff. stuff because back then it was a chore. Back then it was a chore because I just knew that I wanted to do YouTube. I didn't want to go to college. I knew that right off the bat. So I was like, I gotta start now, right? But my personality didn't really rub off as soon as I started. Now, like, obviously I have no filter. Like, I be talking about anything in my videos. Back then, like, I try to put a filter on it because I was not family friendly, okay? Let's just say that. I'm not saying that I'm a saint now. Like I'm 21 years old, so I'm not saying that I don't curse anymore. Like, I'm not saying that, but I don't have a sailor's mouth. Let me just say it's not in my everyday vocabulary. Like, I'm not sitting up here cussing. I feel like with games that I play, because obviously YouTube doesn't like cursing, so I would have to bleep and like blur out all the curse words. And like, let's say it's a freaking Until Dawn video, or like, let's say, because I do want to play like GTA 6, like, but let's say GTA 5, I want to play that, and like, bro, I just feel like I would just get demonetized right off the back. So obviously, I'm not just doing it for my audience, but I'm also doing it for YouTube because YouTube is very kid-oriented place, you know? Will you and Mel start a couples gaming channel? As of right now, no, I don't think we will. The only reason I say that is because like right now we're just trying to focus on our channels, like as a whole. Like, we're trying, he has his own channel, I have my own channel, obviously I have my vlog channel as well that I'm trying to be more consistent on, and then we have a couples channel on top of that we're not even consistent on. So just imagine adding on a gaming channel together where we could just game on our own channels and just post it on our channel. You know what I mean? Why does it hurt so bad when me and my boyfriend both agreed to break up? Y'all have like real life problems going on. This is scary, bro. Okay, the fact that y'all both agreed, I don't know really the context of it, just shows like, you know, the maturity level with you guys' relationship. But also I feel like it still hurts because obviously it's a breakup, so it's gonna, you know, it's gonna hurt regardless. And also it shows that you guys had real feelings for each other. I don't know what the context is, but maybe you still have something lingering, you want to still talk to him about something, you know, I don't know, maybe there's something on your chest that you want to tell him, or just something that you want to get off your chest that's still making your chest heavy. But regardless, you know, it's still a breakup, so you guys are both gonna hurt regardless, you know? How do you deal with fake friends, y'all? When I tell y'all, people are going to be people. Life is just gonna life, okay? You can't do nothing about people being fake. Listen, if you feel as though somebody's being fake and you notice that, obviously it's not good for your mental health to keep that person around. Like, or you could tell them like, oh yeah, I feel like maybe like whatever situation happened, I feel like this happened and I don't like it, and you could have a conversation with them. But I feel like life is always going to be life, and the reason I say that is because I feel like a lot of people have a lot of stuff going on, especially in the big year 2025. Everybody's trying to do new things, everybody's trying to be a better them and all of the above, and I feel like people are gonna have a lot of stuff on their plate, so you have to also understand where that person is like coming from, you know, because everybody doesn't know everybody's situation. Say you like two people more than a friend. What would you do? What is up with y'all? Okay, I'm not judging. This is a we listen and we don't judge, but I'm low-key judging. What do you mean you like two people? What the freak? Okay, honestly, I guess it happens. I mean, it never happened to me, but I'm just saying, like, maybe, you know, I don't know everybody's situation. But what's not cool is liking two people or leading two people on. I mean, I've never been in that scenario, but I feel like what I would do is cut one person off completely. I'm not saying, oh, be the other person can be your boyfriend or your girlfriend, and then the other person can still be a friend. No, that's not what I'm saying. Listen, if you liked that person ever in life, that person can never be a friend. I'm sorry. Or how I see it, because listen, if you like somebody and then you befriend that person, you're still gonna have something lingering in the back of your mind. You know what I mean? And if you're still like actively talking to that person, you're still gonna have those feelings. Those feelings are not just gonna vanish unless that person vanishes too. Come on now. Hey May, my question is, how do you deal with stress? By the way, I'm in my junior year of high school. I feel like dealing with stress, especially when it comes to school, oh my gosh, I feel like dealing with stress could be easy, but I feel like people make it harder than it has to be. Like, what I would do when it came to school, at least, I would do my work, any like schoolwork, any project, I would get it done at school, because when I got home I did not want to deal, you know what I mean, with like a bunch of stuff. I think when I got all my work done before school even ended, I think that's what made my life a whole lot stress-free. But my junior year, and it's crazy because I was in quarantine. So my junior year we were online, and I had so many AP classes. Like the advanced classes were actually crazy. They gave you so, like, it wasn't even the homework. I think it was just, well, no, it was also the homework that added on, but I think it was mainly just the projects. I think I had a lot more projects than what I needed. And then I also had anxiety because, like, this is only my second year in this school. We had a lot of group assignments online on Zoom. I did not want to talk to anybody, but I still had to. But I think, to answer your question so that I can stop yapping, I think what I did to get rid of the stress is I just played games. That's always been my escape my whole life. How can you balance faith and school? This is also a good question. I feel like when you are focused on school, or you're focused on work, or you're just focused on anything else other than, you know, your faith in the Lord, I feel like that can definitely distract you from a lot, especially if it's like stressful, like a job or a school or like just anything like that. I feel like a way that you can definitely balance is definitely praying, because I feel like praying is number one. Praying for school, praying for grades is definitely gonna be your best bet. I would probably suggest, like, you know, before you even go to school, before you even put on that book bag, before you even step out the door, you know, say a little prayer. You know, just be like, hey Lord, thank you for waking me up this morning. Bless me as I walk into school, I get my work done, I pray for my grades, just all of that, all the above before you even step your foot into school. I feel like that would help a lot. And then also it would probably make you feel a little bit better knowing that, you know, you did pray this morning, and like, even though you don't have enough time to, you know, maybe look into the word or anything like that, at least, you know, you did something, like, because some people don't do anything, you know what I'm saying? So dating advice, LOL, y'all. I'm not even gonna lie, 2025, I feel like dating is scarier in these times. Bro, when I tell y'all, like, people are scary, and it's not even just like people in general. I'm just talking about like kids are scary too. Like, I don't know how old y'all are, like the people that are asking these questions, but I definitely feel like dating in this day and age is scary, because I feel like people don't take dating seriously anymore. I feel like people are expecting too much out of dating. So what I would suggest is you focus on yourself. Okay, listen, I would suggest you focus on yourself. Maybe if you have somebody come around, you know, you could give them a little attention. But I just feel as though dating right now is very scary. You just gotta grab one and duck, you know what I'm saying? You got a football field full of trophies, you gotta run, you gotta grab one and duck, like, you know what I mean? Like if I was single, I would be scared. Good thing I'm not, because Lord knows. But anyways, that's gonna do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments if you guys like this girl talk, because you know what I'm saying, I want to start something on this channel that's actually solid and consistent, and hopefully you guys like it too. I liked it because I feel like I was very vulnerable. I feel like I got a little personal at times, and I feel like I like how you guys can be vulnerable with me. I like how you guys feel like you tell me your business and like your secret safe with me. I'm not saying nothing, you know. I'm like thinking about doing like a confessions video after this, or like maybe like, because this was kind of like a Q&A, you know, almost just a little bit. I don't know, not really. It was more like so advice. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know some more ideas down below in the comments. If you haven't, subscribe, and yeah.